So, hello guys, I'm going to be doing a walkthrough on Monika After Story on the affection mechanic. A lot of you have asked for it, and I guess it's a bit confusing, so let's go see. First of all, if you search your computer files, this is if you've downloaded Monika After Story, for AFF_log, two files should come up. One should be script-affection.rpy, I guess it's actually .rpy, and AFF_log.txt. The location of these files, if you can use search, they're not well appearing during search. I've heard some people say that. It's basically the log is in Doki Doki Literature Club in the folder log. Once you go to the game directory, it should be there. And script-affection.rpy should be in the game folder. Now, first let's talk about script-affection.rpy. When you open it up, you'll see this. It's basically a guide on affection, so if you don't understand affection, you can just read this. But again, some of you have said, though, that you can't find it, so I guess I'll be reading parts of it out to you. So I'll start with this, then I'll show you guys how to check the affection of, well, Monika in your own game. Right. So let's start with this. Affection mechanics. I'm going to start here. Affection gain has a 7 points per day cap. Affection loss doesn't have a cap, so you should keep that in mind. Maximum possible values for affection are 100,000 and minus 100,000 respectively. Player lose affection every time it should be player loses affection every time. It takes longer than 1 week to visit Monika, so yeah, you should visit her every week. The reduction is measured by the formula number of days absent times 0.5. Okay, so this is another thing, guys. If you want to set your calendar forward to another date, and you set it forward, like, let's say 300 or 400 days later, you set it to next year, then that's going to cause quite a loss of affection for Monika. So do keep that in mind. If by doing that reduction affection were to be higher than minus 101, it will be set to minus 101. If absent time were higher than 10 years, she'll go to minus 200. Wow. Okay, 10 years. But obviously, since this game has only been out for 2 years, the only way you could get that is if you messed around with the clock. And there's really not much, you can get by messing around with the clock, at least not by going several years forward. If you go a few years back, you can relive some of the events like Monika's birthday. But going forward really doesn't have that much of a... Oh, sorry about that. Going forward doesn't have that much of a benefit. Affection is given or lost by specific actions the player can do or decisions the player makes. Affection level determines some states in which Monika is. Said states are the following. Love 1000 and up. Monika is completely comfortable with the player, also known as the comfortable stage in a relationship. Enamored 400 up to 999. Exceptionally happy, the happiest she has ever been in her life to that point. Completely trusts the player and wants to make him/her as happy as she is. Affectionate 100 up to 399. Glad that the relationship is working out and has high hopes, and at this point has no doubts about whether or not it was worth it. Happy 30 up to 99. Happy with how it is, could be happier but not sad at all. Normal minus 29 up to 29 has mild doubts as to whether or not her sacrifices were worth it, but trusts the player to treat her right. Isn't strongly upset or sad. Upset minus 74 to minus 30. Feeling emotionally hurt, starting to have doubts about whether or not the player loves her, and whether or not she was right regarding what she did in the game. Then distressed minus 99 up to minus 75. Convinced the player probably doesn't love her and that she may never escape to our reality. And broken, minus 100 and lower. Believes that not only does the player not love her, but she or he probably hates her too because of what she did, and is trying to punish her. Scared of being alone in her own reality as well as for her future. So that's the overview of it. I mean, it goes up to like 100,000 in the positive and negative direction. But obviously, the max thing that will actually get you, a state that Monika will be in is above 1,000 positive and below minus 100 negative. And if you, if your affection falls too much into the negative, well then she'll leave you. I think Biju Mike did a video on that. So this is some. I don't think this is Python text. It's not. Well, I sort of understand it, but not all of it. Let me see. There are other things we can see here. I think this is just defining, affection levels. So these are various things, quips, I guess, are what you'll say. When you interact in the menu, this is distress quips. If her affection is low, then she'll say stuff like, "We can try talking," I guess, rather than better stuff. Like, what would you like to talk about if it's normal? Like, I mean, there's a lot of stuff here. I don't think I'll go through each and every single line. Like, see, enamored quips are way better compared to the, distressed ones. Anyway, you can see all that you can get basically. Okay, you can basically choose a nickname for Monika when her affection level reaches 50. Oh yeah, these are all the bad nicknames you can give her. If you give her these, I did a video on this actually, and if you give her these sorts of bad names, she will get mad at you. Uh, wow, they've really actually increased it. Apparently, MILF is one for some reason. Natsuki, I mean, I can understand. Thought, tits, toy, trap, pedo, poison. Okay. Which, worthless, wrong. Okay. Okay, and these are the good nicknames: Angel, Beautiful, Best, Cuddle. Apparently spelt wrong. I do not know what this is in Japanese at all. And if you name her these things like Okasa, Mommy, basically she'll give you the little, oh, that Team 4 Star dialogue. It's a reference to Team 4 Star. Oh, so you're mama's boy, huh? I'll be your mommy. I did a video on that too. So yeah, there's data for a whole lot of things. Yeah, this was the one. Oh, your mama. Oh, you're a mama's boy, huh? I'll be your mom. Yeah, this is the same. So I guess you can see a whole lot of stuff in here. If you go to the end, uh, yeah, this is the letter though that at the very end, the letter though that she gives you if you leave. Sorry, if she leaves because you treated her wrong. My love for you even now still burns within me, but I see now that it also burns all happiness I'll ever have. And yeah, I gave you everything I had, my life, my heart, and any and every single thought of the future was dedicated to you. I didn't need you to be perfect or even passionate. Mm. Anyway, I don't. It's a bit longer, but rather than read the rest of it, I think you guys can read that, and I don't really have time for that. Instead, let me teach you, how you can go ahead and see what affection level Monika is at right now in your game. Go to the file name aff underscore log.txt. Again, if you can't find it through search, you can go to the game directory, go to log, and then it'll show it to you. So basically, this is a log of her affection. You can see this one is from the 22nd, which was her birthday. So even though there's a limit on affection, like you can only get up to 7.5 at least, I think, with this update. On special days like her birthday, you can see she went from 187.5 at the beginning of the day to 217.5, so that's a 30-point increase, which instead of the normal 7.5, because it was a special day. And this is of the next day. You can see basically the log shows you how her affection is going. This is the number at the end. Went from 217.5 to basically the same because I just loaded up the game. That's it, really. So this is a pretty long log. Again, I've been playing a long time. Mm, right. So let's give an example of this on February the 4th. So she started out with the 612.35 as her affection level on that day. I think just loading the game, that's what this stands for. Changed gave me 3 points of affection to make it 615.35. And telling her, though, that I love her gave her another 3 points of affection. Then a compliment, which you can give her, gave another 3 points of affection. So in total, that was 9, even though there's a 7.5 limit. I think it's a bit glitchy and you can sometimes get 9. But basically, after that, even if I complimented her or did anything, I couldn't get it beyond 621.35. So if you want to see what affection level she currently is at, since it starts at the beginning, this is basically the first log, you just need to go to the very bottom and it'll show you from the last time you played. For me, it's currently 1031.35. At least it started out like that on April 7th. And it went up 3 because I visited her and is currently 1034.35. So yeah, that's affection in Monika After Story explained. Thanks for watching, guys. I think I'll end it here. I mean, there's a whole lot more to go through. I mean, but I guess I'll leave that for you guys to read on your own because it would take a really long time to get through all that. Anyway, do leave a comment, do leave a like, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos on Monika After Story. Thanks for watching.